Hello there, guys, and welcome back. 200% Chelsea. Former review of the Liverpool versus Chelsea game, and it ended 1-0. And I don't know what you think. I kind of got my prediction right, and the other results all went in our favour. Arsenal lost at home to Watford, and Tottenham drew away at Sunderland. But with how it went, even though Liverpool were dominant during the whole game, I get to it. As usual, I'll start with the lineup. Courtois in goal, Gary Cahill, David Luiz, and Cesar Azpilicueta. Victor Moses, Marcos Alonso as the wing-backs. Two holding mids, Nemanja Matic and N'Golo Kante. And the front three, Hazard, Diego Costa, and it was actually Willian who started the game. Liverpool came at us. They had a lot of the ball. We pretty much didn't get out of our own half for the first 10 minutes. But yeah, we pretty much kept them out completely, with the exception of a long shot from Wijnaldum, which was not the most difficult of saves for Courtois. And then pretty much with our first chance going forward, Hazard got fouled by Lallana, and David Luiz stepped up to the free kick, 28, 30 yards, and just hammered it in. Inside of the post, went in. I went absolutely bonkers. I could not believe it. Obviously his first goal since returning to Chelsea. What a free kick, what a goal. Everyone was loving it. They were all jumping all over each other, celebrating the goal. Unbelievable. And the rest of the first half, Liverpool didn't really have a chance. Neither did we really, to be honest. But our defending was inch perfect. We didn't let them do anything. Their main attacking threat, actually, forgot to mention it. Like I said yesterday in the preview, Klein was supposed to be injured. Turned out he isn't, or he was ready to play anyway. Because he started the game. Mane made the bench. But their main attacking side was the right side, Alonso's side for us. And the second half, they completely changed it, which killed us. It completely killed us. Beginning of the second half, actually, we were the better team. They probably still had more of the ball, if I'm honest. But we started to just do more, Hazard doing his bits and Costa and here and there, and we just couldn't, they were terrible at the back, especially Matip passing the ball out directly to Hazard like 2 or 3 times. But we just didn't do anything with it. And Willian, oh my God. Like I said yesterday, that's why, a few reasons why I could see Willian starting, because he's better to counter-attack. He did absolutely nothing for the whole, how long did he stay on for? 83 minutes. Nothing. He didn't complete any particular good passes. He didn't, complete any runs. He didn't have a shot. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I can't believe it. Anyway, 58th minute. We had a little bit of a problem. Moses, a little bit like, who was it against? I think Spurs. He's just not a fullback, whether wingback or not, but his defensive ability just isn't there. That's not his natural position. Was a ball across by Henderson over the top, just outside our box, where Milner picked it up with the head, actually. Moses just wasn't close enough to him, or didn't read it, was just in too tight, next to the 3 central defenders. As I said, Milner headed it inwards, and Moses tried to block it or head it away, and that gave it a terrible deflection. Luiz was already on the way to clear the heading cross by Milner. Changed direction. David Luiz didn't have time to get to Wijnaldum in time, and Wijnaldum headed in from 7 yards, probably. I still think Courtois could have done a little bit better. I know it was close, but it wasn't the hardest of headers. Yes, it was on the floor, but I still think he could have done better. Not saying at all that he should have saved it. I still think on another day he would have kept it out. So that I was gutted. I was so gutted, fuck's sake. But yeah, 72nd minute. I still don't understand it. I talked about Willian before, and then Conte comes and brings Hazard off for Pedro. Hazard was good. He wasn't as good as he can be, but he drew fouls, that led to our first goal. He did his solo runs, he passed it, he was good. It's just the others that weren't doing things. He was good, and he takes him off. And then 77 minutes, Diego Costa gets taken down by Matip, even though Klopp, most of all, probably a lot of Liverpool fans disagree that it's a penalty, but it simply was a penalty. Matip just, tripped him with his knee. Quite simple. It is a penalty. No doubt about it. Anyway, Costa himself stepped up. I just had that feeling. I just had that feeling when he walked up, he was gonna miss. I like pretty much covered my eyes, just looked through my fingers, kind of thing, like a bloody 5-year-old. But he missed. Well, he didn't miss. Mignolet saved it. It was, it wasn't a bad pen. It was on the floor, just about not into the bottom corner. Halfway to the bottom corner, kind of thing. It was a hard shot. It was a decent save, I guess, but I don't know. I just had that feeling when he was running up that he was going to miss, and with Hazard, I've never had the feeling. Never. Yes, he missed a few, but I've never had the feeling. In my head, I think if Hazard was on the pitch then, and obviously he would have taken it, we would have won that game. But that's not how it ended up. 83 minutes in, Fabregas came on for Willian, and that changed the game again. After we had even when we had the penalty, and after that, Liverpool were properly pressuring us after that goal. Like, they didn't create many good chances, but they were proper pressuring us, and we just couldn't really get out of it. We didn't even have attacks to just lift off the pressure of the defence for a little bit. Well, once Cesc came on, it all got better. We finally got calmness into the game. We passed it a little bit, and we had 2-3 chances. Pedro could have done better. Pedro, terrible touch at the edge of the box. Henderson just about got there in front of him before he had a shot. He had a shot from just outside the box and just put it wide. For fuck's sake, it was so tense. I was literally begging for that other goal because Costa missed the pen, of course. Actually, Moses earlier in the second half, forgot about that, hit the post. Terrible defending by Milner, and he just swung it with his weak left foot, just hit the outside of the post. Probably should have just squared it. Jazo was completely on his own, just inside the box. Probably would have scored. I guess he probably didn't see him. But yeah, last again, silly change. 10 seconds to go. Mishi came on for Diego just to run down the time, and that was it. See, because we missed the penalty, if we didn't miss that penalty, I would have been very happy with the draw. Because Liverpool, even though they didn't have many more chances than us, they had a lot more of the ball. But because we missed the penalty, even with Arsenal losing and Tottenham drawing, I just can't be happy with it. I just can't. Talking about players individually, Courtois, talked about the goal. Other than that, had a good save. In the beginning I talked about that. Nothing else to do really. A few good catches from crosses. Azpilicueta, David Luiz and Gary Cahill all very, very good. Extremely good. David Luiz actually looked like he picked up quite a bad injury. He turned around, then he just lied down with no contact. It looked like he had badly injured his knee. He was limping a lot for a good 5 minutes. John Terry and Zuma were already warming up. He made it to the half time. I thought probably gonna be taken off now, but he played the rest of the game and he looked fine. He had some bandage around his knee again, but I'm not sure. Maybe it was the knee that got injured by Aguero as well, and it was just the pain of that injury coming up again. Maybe it was that, but he played the second half fine again, and he was superb, absolutely superb. He didn't get there to defend the header by Wijnaldum for the equaliser, but that was because Moses deflected the cross. So perfect by the three centre backs. Alonso, defensively, really good. Offensively, terrible. Misplacing pretty much every ball. Pretty much every single pass he played, misplaced it. Whether there was a switch of play or just a simple pass or a heading pass, pretty much misplaced all of them. Moses, completely the other way around. Going forward, quite decent. Oh, good. Defensively, not horrendous, but goal. He just should have done better for the goal. He wasn't even that bad otherwise. But once they, attacked more on his side, we just felt more pressure, more trouble. Kante, incredible defending, especially for the last 50 minutes. An insane amount of interceptions and tackles. But especially before that, his passing, like against Spurs, dreadful. Like, absolutely dreadful. Matic, can't complain. Maybe I didn't see him do many things wrong. He could have done worse than I have it in my head right now. Like, because people, after I think the Spurs game, said he wasn't good. I didn't see him not being good, but okay. I felt he was alright today. Not, he didn't complete every single ball, but, he was solid. Obviously, defensively, not even close to as good as Kante, but just an overall solid performance. I saw Hazard, as I said, even though he got taken off, I felt he was good. Probably, but well, not probably. He was our best attacking player. Costa, he missed the pen. Other than that, he got the pen. by being taken down, but he didn't really do much. Can I blame it on him? I'm not so sure. He did a lot of good defensive work, tracking players because we set very deep at times. And talk about Willian, dreadful, absolutely dreadful. Like, I don't know. Nah. Keep Willian as a super sub because then he's good, then he's fresh, we can counter, good, but don't start him, at least against big teams, because I was not happy with that at all. Pedro came on, did well, not perfect, but he did well, gave us a lot more threat going forward, because he's a little bit more direct than Hazard, going to try to score. But if you had that instead of Willian, we would have had two players who possibly could score, because Willian didn't even look like wanting to pass the bloody ball. For fuck's sake. And yeah, Fabregas, when he came on, was really good, playing good passes. It wasn't even that he played a lot of those insane passes, but just his presence, we calmed the play down. And obviously we switched it to a 3-5-2 and not a 3-4-3, which I still think against big team is the better formation to go with. Don't know why Antonio Conte isn't trying it. Maybe it's not working that well in training, but I still think that's the better one to go with against big teams because we need more men in midfield. But, possibly that will change next season. But yeah, that's really it. Like I said, I'm a bit pissed off with the missed penalty. But by drawing against Liverpool away, which is a good result, even with their bad run of forms, like I said yesterday, we can't just because they're not on a good run of form, doesn't mean they're a bad team, and they proved it today. They were good. We just defended well. It's quite simple. That's why they didn't score more. But we managed to increase our league at the top of the table. Too many leagues in there. By drawing away at Liverpool. We're 9 points clear of Arsenal now, because obviously they lost. We didn't actually increase it against Tottenham, but we didn't lose any points to Tottenham either. Kept it at 10 points to Liverpool. Lovely jubbly. If I think about that, I'm very happy. Very happy little Lawrence, or Loz, or whatever you want to call me. Anyway, that's it from me. Please leave me all of your thoughts down in the comment section below. Let me know, are you happy with it? Are you not? Probably a lot of you will feel like I do. We missed the pen. We really should have won. But the other results really went in our favour. So just let me know. Please let me know down in the comment section below. Overall, all of your thoughts on the game. And any Liverpool fans who will comment, because they always do, who talked to me yesterday like, I'm scared of you, or like, because you're bad run of form and this and that. I told you, you're still a good team, no matter how bad you play. That's football. It's not like, we're shit, and then next day we're good, and then 2 weeks later we're terrible again. That's not how it works. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Again, leave me all of your thoughts down in the comments. Check out all our social media links, which are down in the description below. There's still time for deadline day business. I'm not sure when this will come out, so maybe there won't be. But let's see. Still check out our Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Snapchat. So subscribe here if you haven't already. We massively do appreciate that. Thank you guys for watching. Even if it wasn't a win, we increased the league at the top. Fuck's sake, we increased the lead at the top of the table. Lawrence learned to speak. But yeah, up to Chelsea, and I'll see you next time.